your hungry sorrow, and a song's enough to blow your tears away. And all you need's a rhyme to help you pass your time. Well, meet me down the line on Gypsy Friday. If all you need's a rhyme to help you pass your time, well, meet me down the line on Gypsy Friday. Mike's music method. There's the note. Mike's ha 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 ha. Mike's music method. Come on in, everybody. Gypsy Friday by Townes Van Zandt. So excited to bring you this song. A very early Townes recording where he is just spot on. The picking's great. It's fast. This one was requested by Nematode in the Discord. Thank you, Nematode. If you guys want to join the Discord, get feedback, we're posting videos of each other playing, and it's a great way to kind of bounce ideas and just get feedback on your playing. So join the Mike's Music Method Discord. Links are down below. Otherwise, here we go. Gypsy Friday is off that early, Townes demo session or whatever you want to call it. It's a really cool tune. Guys, there are a lot of, it's really cool voice leading with descending lines and slash chords or chord inversions. And this is awesome. It's not super complicated, but if I were to pick one song that really emulates Townes Van Zandt's picking, I feel like this one has nearly all of his, classic Townes moves in there. So I really I really encourage you guys to dive into this song and learn it. It's going to be awesome. Capo's going to be on the 3rd fret. It's in standard tuning. It isn't super easy. It's not very complicated, but definitely check out the Travis picking playlist and go through the first 6 or 7 videos before you try to dive into this one. By the end of this video, you're really going to have a great understanding of all these cool voice leadings where he's going like C, then putting the B in the bass, then going to A minor. So really cool use of inversions. And basically, we're almost exhausting every possible chord in C. There's no D minor and there's no B diminished, but we have the C, we have the F, we have the E minor, the A minor, the G7, and it's awesome. There are also some really great right hand patterns going on in here too. Not super complicated, but it is going to give you a run for your money, especially when you try to get it to Townes' speed. If you notice at the beginning, I did not rehearse this a ton. I get excited to just learn the song and then deliver it to you guys. So that was probably like take 9 there, where I was trying to at least nail that intro and the first verse without totally flubbing over myself. Also, I'm like reading the chord charts and the lyrics, but whatever. Just know that to get this song good, it takes time, but that's why you're here in Mike's Music Method. So come on in. Really quick before we dive right in to the measure by measure breakdown is the timestamps are your best friend. Some people here are very much beginner pickers, other people are more advanced. So I'm going to break down every measure, show you how to play it, what fingers to use, and then I demo it so you can hear it. But it's up to you. If you're a beginner, you're going to want to do a lot of rewinding. And I always encourage people, this week, just get it in your head that you're not going to learn more than 4 measures. I know that seems like, ugh. But dude, if you follow that method and actually do 4 measures a week, that means, in 3 months, you'll actually be able to play the song how Townes does it with all the little tricks and with the right feel. So give yourself 4 measures a week if you're kind of a beginner player or even intermediate beginner, because it's not easy. And I'd rather have you get 4 measures sounding good than 16 measures sounding kind of crummy. So go slow, take your time, rewind the video, change the speed if you have to. And then once you get a section down, at the end of these videos, I have timestamps where I do slow run-throughs of every little section. So the intro, the verse, etc. And for you singers later on in the video, timestamp below, I also go over how to sing it with the chord chart. And there's a chord chart as well as a tab, free for download. Free for download. What a guy, at mikesmusicmethod.com. But without further ado, Gypsy Friday by Townes Van Zandt. Thank you, Nematode. So let's dive in. Measure 1, we've got capo on the 3rd fret here. I'm using a thumb pick. You don't have to. Townes uses a thumb pick. He also uses his crazy finger things, which I've said before. I don't recommend anyone go for those. But I'm using the thumb pick. I like to get good at both. With the pick on, you get a stronger attack. I'm way out of practice with the thumb pick. I tend not to use it on a nylon, but because it's been so long, I'm just trying to get myself back in the habit so I don't kind of lose the skill set. But feel free to only use your fingers, that's fine. Now we start in an F chord, but we only need these two lower fingers, and I'm just doing 4th string, 3rd string. Then here I'm descending, and all we need is this 2nd fret on the D string. I guess it's like an E minor chord, but I'm playing that one, and then my thumb's gonna jump to the 2nd string. So the Travis pick is 4, 3, 4, 2, but let's put in these other fingers. So the second half of the measure, I'm doing the thumb, then my middle finger's hitting the 1st string. I suppose you could do your pointer, but I'm doing middle. Then my thumb's hitting the 2nd string. Then my pointer is hitting the 2nd string. Townes does this every once in a while. Doc Watson does this all the time, where you're hitting 2 melody notes on the same string. And eventually you change them, and there's a lot of really cool stuff you could do with this technique. But I admit it's very tricky, because sometimes your pointer finger fires too soon, or too late maybe, you know what I mean, where like the fingers kind of get in the way of each other. So you want to make sure that's really clean, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. And maybe you're just practicing thumb pointer on that 2nd string, so you kind of get the feel of that. It might be very new and novel for a lot of people to get that sound without it farting out. So the whole measure, 3, 4. Yeah. Measure 2, we got a G7, but again, this intro he's only doing it up high. So we're doing 4th string first. I got the 1st fret down like a G7 chord. So 4th with the thumb, 1st with the middle, then the 3rd string with my thumb, pointer finger on the 2nd. Then I'm gonna hammer on the 5th string open to 2 with my thumb. Then I'm doing open on the 3rd string with my thumb, pointer on the 2nd. So learn that, rewind the video, learn that, and let's put it together here. 3, 4. 3, 4. Measure 3, we go to a C chord, and now we actually have the full kind of normal chord here. We're gonna do 5, 1, so thumb, middle, then 3, 2, and that's thumb, pointer. So thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Then I do the exact same thing, but instead of the C in the bass, I'm getting rid of that finger, putting the B in the bass, which is my middle finger on the A string. That's just a C/B, and it's going to be the same picking, so 5, 1, 3, 2, which is thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. So let's do that measure together. 3, 4. And try to get that walk really smooth. If you notice when I'm playing that note, then I'm lifting this one, getting it ready. So I'm not like lifting early, then being lazy and getting that one up, right? My middle finger is getting ready, so the second it moves, I'm ready for it. Really legato, just means connected and smooth. The 4th measure, A minor, funny little pattern here though, starts the same. 5, 1, 3, 2, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, so that's all the same on a normal A minor. Then we do 4 to 6, so it's kind of like reverse Travis picking at the end. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool measure. Quick note, obviously I'm going fairly fast, but the beautiful thing about a video is that for anyone who's, struggling with this pace, which is probably many of you, just pause it and learn it. Listen to me say it a few times, make sure you got it, practice it a bunch, and then move on. I don't want to rehearse it a zillion times because there's a rewind button, and for the players who are a little better than you are, well, they don't want to be bored by me explaining it 20 different ways. So it's up to you guys to use those little, please, I recommend everybody use a desktop or a laptop instead of their phone, because all I do is click the little, I think of like K is my play and pause, and J is, 5 or 10 seconds back, L moves it forward, or you can use the arrows, back arrows 5 seconds. So I'm just using my keyboard, practice, hit that back button. That's how I would go about doing it, and that's how when I'm learning a song and tabbing it out, I use that 5-second back button all of the time. So it's just a little note. Practice. Learn it before you practice, and practice slow, and do not practice mistakes. Here we've got an F chord, measure 5. Now this is why this song is tricky, because In this moment, I'd probably do the full bar. It's easier for me to do the walk. But there's other moments where you're gonna wanna do the thumb because you need the pinky to snag a melody note. So it's up to you if you wanna always use the thumb or switch when it's kind of feels easier for you. Just make sure you're noting that. When you print this out, you know, make a little note of how you're doing it so you're practicing it consistently on every measure here. But measure 5, we got an F chord. I'm hitting 6, then I'm pinching 4 and 1. Then I'm doing a quick 6 to 2, which I'm doing thumb pointer. So thumb, then thumb middle, then thumb pointer, then back to the 6th string. But I'm walking up. We have this chromatic walk from the F up to the next chord, which is a G. And that's a great way to, that's how chromaticism is used, right? You have your chord tone on the F. And not a chord tone, sounds dissonant, but guess what? It's resolved up to a chord tone. And that's mainly how we use, you know, chromaticism. So let's try that real slow. 3, 4, 6, pinch, walk it up. Now I suppose I could do that with a thumb here, but for a couple reasons it's hard, especially on the nylon. It's just a wider neck. But it's harder to bar that first finger when you got your thumb there. Then I've got to awkwardly reach that finger up to get the walk. Suppose I could walk with the thumb. Walking like that is doable. So there's lots of ways to do it. Pick which one you think is best for you. Measure 6, pretty straightforward. We got a G chord, 6, 3, 2, and that's thumb, thumb pointer. So note here, the thumb's doing a big jump from 6 to 3. Then the second half of the measure, I'm hammering on the 5th string, open to 2. And then it's the same. Hammer on, open to 2 on the 5th string. Then the thumb on the 3rd and the pointer on the 2nd. So all together, 3, 4. Yeah. Measure 7, back to a C chord. But we got a cool little walking bass thing. So let's do that. It's just 5, 1, 3, 2. Then I'm moving that ring finger up. 6, 1, 3, 2. I say this in a lot of videos. You could just do the big C chord there, where the ring finger's up and the pinky's taking place of where the ring finger was. That way you don't have to stagger them. Right now I can do that whole measure without moving. Again, it's your call. Sometimes you're gonna need to do both. You're gonna have to walk it and use the pinky. I don't think that happens in this song though, thankfully. Measure 8 finishes off the C, 5, 1, 3, 2. Then we just have a little walk open on the D string, then to the 2nd fret on that string. Timestamps are down below where I do slow run-throughs of all the sections, so I will have this at the end, but let's take it from the top just for fun. So for measure 1 through 8, 3, 4. Missed the hammer on, sorry. I am out of practice with this thumb pick. I'm missing strings, so we're all learning together here. It's funny how the other one I had was shorter and this one's longer, and even that little subtle difference can really trip you up. I have so many different thumb picks, which is kind of a curse. It's a blessing and a curse because I've got options, but because all of them like have a little bit of a different length, your brain kind of gets used to playing with one. Right, these are kind of cool. I like these because they're pretty adjustable. This one's softer, so now the attack is a little bit different. It's, you know, one of the endless struggles of a guitar player. Not only the guitars and the gear, but even the little gear. You know, capo, look at this capo's falling apart. You guys see that? Look at how the metal, the rubber's falling apart. If anyone recommends a good capo, let me know. I love these shubs because they're adjustable. And I've had this thing probably like 10 years, but as you can see, the rubber's falling apart. Shub, you want to sponsor me, huh? All right, we're going to start playing through a verse. Again, timestamps are down below. At the end of the verse, we will talk through how to sing it together for all you singers. So that's going to be its own section. But let's learn this thing first. Measure 9 starts pretty much the same as the intro. We got the F chord, but it's 4, 3, 2. Thumb, thumb, pointer. Then the same picking, but on that E minor. And all I need is that 2nd fret on the D string. Because we got that cool descending thing. G7, but here we're hitting the low note first. 6, 1, 3, 2, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Then we do the walk, but now the walk is on the A string. Open A, B is the second fret, A, B. So those two measures. Measure 11 is a C chord, which is 5, 3, 5, 1. But when I play that first string, my pinky is down. So I got the G on that top string. 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2. 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2. Then measure 12 is, we lift the pinky, and it's 5, 1, 3, 2. 5, 1, 3, 2. And then that walk again on the D string. D, D. So let's play 11 and 12 together. 3, 4. My eyes have to keep flying down. I feel like a beginner again here. It's good though. Now I know what you guys are going through. This is complicated stuff, huh? It's when you've been playing for 30 years, you start to take certain things for granted. Let's take a little break. Have a cup of Joe while we, relax our hands, release your tension on the guitar. Stand up. You know what my new favorite thing is the leopard crawl, or some people call it bear crawl. But two things I recommend. I should talk about this more. There's one website. It's called GMB. Go to GMB. I think it's like gymnastics, metal bodies. I don't know. It's got a dumb name. But GMB.io. It's a great website. The guy's got a lot of great workout programs. But even if you just go to YouTube and put in GMB wrist stretches or wrist mobility, the guy has this whole routine where he's down on the floor, and I do it every day. I swear by it. So anyone struggling with wrist issues, check out that guy's wrist mobility routine. It is awesome. And then another one just for like posture and back. This guy's been blowing my mind lately. I love his work. It's just called Original Strength. So if you go to Original Strength on YouTube, the guy is Tim Anderson. And the resets that he does, and especially just doing like the leopard crawl or the bear crawl, whatever you know it by. Holy cow, there's just like literally a minute of that is so exhausting, but it just does something where it just activates it. It just makes me aware of my spine and my shoulders, and I sit so much straight. So now would be the perfect time to do that. And sip our coffee, which I didn't do because I'm blabbling. All right, measure 13, back to the F. We start up high on the F. Here I'm going to do the thumb hooked on top, but you can just do the big F chord here too. We've got 4, 3, 2, 6, 1, 3, 2. So thumb on the 4, then thumb on 3, then the pointer finger. The second half is 6, 1, 3, 2, and that's thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, 6, 1, 3, 2, and the whole measure, 3, 4. Sorry, my guitar is falling off the string. I've got to raise it for y'all to see, but I got to make sure the tab's not hitting my head. I feel like I'm squashed in this little box, guys. That's not good for the posture. I'm squashed in the box. Maybe I should sit further away, but now I'm hitting a kettlebell. Look how strong I am, guys. Oh! Got kettlebells behind my bench. You should see the things I have on my floor here. Old headphones that don't even work that have been laying on the floor. No joke. This is probably the third week. I should pick them up right now, but I'm going to keep them on the floor. Holy cow, we're getting distracted today, aren't we, guys? That's okay. Measure 14. We have a C chord. It's just 5, 3, 2, 4, 3. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, thumb. Measure 15 is a G chord. 6, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. Thumb, 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 middle, thumb, pointer. Measure 16 is a G7, and it's 6, 1. Ooh, this one's tricky. It's a G7, but we have some pinky work. So my pinky's going to go down on the D, which is the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So we got 6, 1, 3, 2. That's the 3rd fret on that too. 6, 1, 3, 2, 6, 1, 3. So it's thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. Boom. Brief donation pitch, guys. If you're this far in the video, you're getting value from the video. So please consider giving value back. I think by now, most of you probably watching this, maybe, I don't know how many people are new, but this is how Mike's Music Method works. Nothing behind the paywall here. It's all, free for you to take. but that only works if people are buying me time to make more videos. So people who are hard on cash, I'm not expecting you to pay. If you're a broke college student and just want to learn guitar, I totally get it. But for those of you who can even pitch in $1 a month, $5 a month, maybe this is in place of guitar lessons, $150 a month. Maybe someone wants to give $500. I don't know. That's the whole value for value model. Whatever it's worth to you. Maybe every time you learn a song, you're pitching me $10. But just know, guys, that every time you give, think of it kind of like a charitable thing. You are simply buying me time to make more of these videos. And the more that I make, the more that are going out there for free for people who don't have the means to still get their hands on and learn from it. And that's what I'm trying to do here at Mike's Music Method. And that's it. So please consider supporting the channel, PayPal, Patreon, all those links are down below, or at mikesmusicmethod.com. It gives me time, with 4 kids and a day job to you're buying me time to make these videos. Thank you to all my patrons and everyone who already is donating. Thank you very much. I seriously appreciated it. We're doing amazing things with this channel. I get emails. Just read the comments down below. It's so encouraging. People are learning to fingerpick, and people who never thought they'd be able to fingerpick are learning because of this channel and because of your support. So they thank you. On my behalf, I thank them to thank you. Anyway, Gypsy Friday. Measure 17, we go back to the F chord. Here you can just do a big F if that's easier. It's 6, 3, 2, 6, 1, 3, 2. That's thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. 18 is back to a C chord. And then the C/B as well. So we've seen that before. It's just 5, 3, 2, which was thumb, thumb, pointer. Then we move that, do that smooth swap to that one, and it's 5, 1, 3, 2. Measure 19 is an A minor. Pretty cool, very similar as before. 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, 6. 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, 6. So again, we have the backwards Travis pick. It's thumb, thumb, pointer. Then I got my thumb on the 4th string instead of the 6, and it's thumb on the 4th, and then 1st string. Then my thumb goes to the 6th. So you might have to train your finger. Go to 4, not 6, right? Go to 4. Sounds so cool. I love that. Just not having the consistent bass really gives it this illusion of complexity. 20 is back to an F chord, and here we do actually have to free up one of our fingers. Now there's a couple ways to do it. As always, watch my video, That Damned F Chord. You can do it the Leonard Cohen way, which is get rid of the pinky, right? Do the bar chord, get rid of the pinky, drop the ring finger, and that's a fair approach here too. And you have, let me play it first. So I got the Leonard Cohen F chord, right? F chord, get rid of the pinky, drop the ring finger. Or you can do the thumb over the top if you feel comfortable with that. And we're gonna hit 6, then we're gonna pinch 3 and 1. 6, then thumb and middle. Back to 6 with my thumb. Then my pointer finger is hitting the 2nd string, but I put my pinky down on the 3rd fret on that B string. So it's 6, 2, then it's 3 with the thumb. Then I lift the pinky and hit the 2nd string again with my pointer finger. So the ending is 6, 2, 3, 2. Put it down, lift it up. The whole measure, 3, 4. Really pretty. Yeah, we're cruising along, guys. Measure 21, still on the F, and I'm already sick of the thumb pick. Actually, I kind of miss it. What we're doing here, we've seen this before. F chord, 6, 1, 3, 2, then we're walking. 22 is a G. Just normal G. We got that 3rd fret down. 6, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. And sorry, the 3rd fret's on the 1st string. 6, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. Thumb, 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 middle, thumb, pointer. To a G7. 6, 1, 3, 2. Here we don't need the pinky. Then we walk up, open 2 on the A string. Gonna start going in fast forward because you guys know most of the tricks now, just slight variations. So in 24, C chord, 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2, thumb, 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 middle, thumb, pointer. Those 24, 25. We've seen before, just a C chord, 5, 1, 3, 2, walk it, open to 2 on the D string. 26 we've seen before. We got the F, start high, goes low, back to the C. We walk it down here. I think there's one less note at the end. It's just 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, and no 2 again. C chord, put the B in the bass. A minor we've seen before with the backwards Travis picked. 29 back to an F, 6, 3, 2, 6, 1, 3. Gives a little breathing at the end, no and on that fourth beat. Then 30 is 6. We walk it again, right? 6, 1, 3, 2, walk it up. G. Seen that G before. 6, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. G7, 6, 1, 3, 2, walk it up. Hope I'm not going too fast. Obviously, you guys take it slow, but I'm pretty sure all of this stuff is repeat. If it's not repeat, it's such subtle difference that it's not worth belaboring. So 33, 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2. Then measure 34. We just have, it's still a C chord, but he hangs out up high. 5, 1, 3, or sorry, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. So even though I'm breezing through it, at least somewhere in there, if you're lost, you get one example, one clean example of me playing it so you can hear it and always just loop that section a whole bunch. Boom! And guys, congratulations, you can walk away. I know my tab, which is free at mikesmusicmethod.com, is much longer. But that's the song. That's the whole verse. It's what he repeats. The ending is basically the same as the verse. Now, a lot of you players might want to jump ahead and start singing it and whatnot. But what I did with the tab, if you start here in measure 36, I go through that whole thing again because Townes in this song, man, I know this is an early recording of him. And I think this is one of these, eras of his life where he wasn't a complete drunk. And man, was this guy rehearsing a lot because every verse is littered in with a little bit of a different color and it's just awesome finger picking. So for you guys that really want to get into picking and not just sing this one, I recommend we keep looking at the rest of these measures together. But for those of you who already feel like it's a lot to chew on, that's fine. You don't need to do this. It's just variations on the same chord progressions. Jump to the timestamps and we'll start singing it. But for you other players, let's keep going. Let's finish it. So we're in measure 36, and we're just going through the whole verse again, but giving it a little bit of different color here. So on this F, he starts up high, 4, 1, 3, 2, and then he walks the bass. Then we go to a G, but the picking pattern is different. He does have that second finger down here on that G7, and it's 6, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Then 38's a C chord. And here it's 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. Then he does a hammer on here in 39, which he does all the time in Tecumseh Valley and Pacho and Lefty. So we're hammering open to 2 on the 4th string. Then 3, 2. So thumb, and then the thumb on the 3rd, pointer on the 2nd. The second half is 5, 1, 3, 2. So that whole measure, 3, 4. Beautiful. Then to the F, which we've seen starts up high, goes down low. 41, 5, 3, 2. Move the bass note, 5, 1, 3, 2. We've seen that. We've seen this G here in 42, 6, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. That was cool in 43. It's a G7. 6, 1, 3, 2. Then we hammer on the 5th string. Then our thumb does the 3rd. Hammer 5th, then the 3rd. We've seen 44, 45, 46. I love that one. Just some variation on the F there. 49, 50, these are all the same. We've seen them all before. All similar material at this point. And I'll stop there because now that I'm looking through it, at this point, I think you guys get the idea. There's nothing crazy out of the ordinary. He's just mixing it up and giving it some color. So let's do the CODA, jump to 62. It's very similar to the intro. Here we just have one extra note. It's on that F chord, 4, 3, 2. So it's thumb, thumb, pointer. That pointer's the added note. And then it here's the same. We got that tricky one, thumb, middle on 4, 1. And then second string is thumb, pointer to the G7. With the hammer on, C. Descended, the A minor is the same. Well, no, it's different. 65 is different. So we got 5, 1, 3, 2. That's all the same. But then he does go to 6 here. 6, 3, 2. But when he hits the 2, he lifts the chord to give that open, and that's just to give himself some time to transition into the next chord here. So 5, 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 2 is open. Then to an F chord. Seen all this stuff, and then we end. That part's kind of funny. On the C chord, 5, 3, 5, 1, 3. Then just hit the second string there, because he's kind of like retardando. He's falling out of rhythm there. And then he just strums the C chord. Ooh, that is awesome. You're crushing. Go slow. I know I'm breezing through all this, but remember, this is here for educational purposes. It is up to you, and please, please, please slow down. When I play it, if you don't know it, watch me play it 5 or 10 or 20 times. Make sure you learn it before you practice it, all right? Whoo, you're all stretched out. You threw a kettlebell around. You did your leopard crawls and your resets. And we're good to go. We are just going to sing it. So with the tab on my website, you can also download this accompanying, what I just call a chord chart. But it has the lyrics and the chords above it. If you watch my other videos, you know how this goes. What we're doing first is we're just doing all down strums to make sure we can add all the melodic rhythm and the difficulty of doing that with a beat. So we're just going to do that and make sure we kind of have the song down. Well, forget the intro. We're just going to start on the verse here. 1, 2, 3. If a dream's enough to ease your hungry sorrow, and a song's enough to blow your tears away, and all you need's a rhyme to help you pass your time, well, meet me down the line on Gypsy Friday. If all you need's a rhyme to help you pass your time, well, meet me down the line on Gypsy Friday. Then the next step would be doing the thumb. And also be careful of maybe noting, I don't have the song memorized yet, I'm just teaching it to you. But maybe memorize where the thumb is. That would be the next step. But you could just do the thumb however you want, following these chords. But eventually maybe get the hammer-ons and do the proper thumb work on the right string sets. And then sing with that. 1, 2, 3. If a dream's enough to ease your hungry sorrow, and a song's enough to blow away your tears away, and all you need's a rhyme to help you pass your time, well, meet me down the line on Gypsy Friday. You guys get the idea? And then the third step before the final one is pick like a very basic pattern. And that might be just thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Right, of course on the appropriate string sets, but just keeping that pattern the same. If a dream's enough to ease your hungry sorrow, and a song's enough to blow your tears away, and all you need's a rhyme to help you pass. Sorry, you get the idea. And then eventually you're gonna go super slow, play the first two measures? Can you sing the first two measures and play it exactly as Townes is doing it? And that might be a tedious process of going really slow. Maybe you're circling notes on which lyrics you come in on. Whatever it takes your brain to learn how to do it, because you're not just going to like fumble and practice through it. Take the time to learn it and then start practicing it. And that's my process. I think it works. It works for me. If you don't like the process and you have a better one, please let us all know. We'd love to hear about it. Comment down below. All right, guys, slow run-throughs. We're close. We're intimate. This is where you download the tab and print it, because I'm not going to have the rolling tab on the screen. Time-consuming, and you want these things printed anyways. You're going to practice it more if it's printed. Even better yet is copy it yourself. Woo! That would really get your brain in on it. Maybe. Don't know if it's worth the effort, actually. Probably just print it. But here we go. We're just going to do the intro 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4... That was the intro for all these parts. Loop it as many times as you have to, and then also change the speed, right? Go to the little gear icon on YouTube, then even go to custom. You can tweak it to 0.9. If you get good at it and it's too slow, you can jump it up to 1.1. So wherever you are at, that's where you need to be. And don't try to just match me, because I'm picking an arbitrary tempo, okay? It's not what is designed. It's not tailored to you. I'm not there to tailor your suit for you. Okay, so let YouTube tailor it yourself is what I'm saying. I can only do so much through the internets, all right? Or you can take private lessons with me, mikesmusicmethod.com. Check it out. I have amazing Zoom students all over the world. We do lessons on Zoom, and we learn guitar and songwriting, and it's awesome. I love my students, and it's actually one of the greatest joys of the channel is getting to meet all you people, if not in the flesh, at least digitally, eye to eye through the black mirror. Anyways, let's do the verse here. So you got your tab. The verse is pretty darn long. I don't even think I can fit it all on one page, so I'm going to have to scroll here on you guys. Sorry, I don't have it printed on myself. But here we go. Measure 9, 3, 4. That stretch there. Yeah! Sorry, I had to scroll there. Let's take it from 26, where he just tags the Gypsy Friday line. 3, 4... Beautiful. Let's do the alternate verse here from 36, 2, 3, 4. Scroll, so we'll pause there. Let's take it from 53, 2, 3, 4. 59. I don't know if I made a mistake. Sorry, guys. I'll double check that. But I don't know if he's hammering the D or the A string there, because he's still on the G. I wrote it on the D string, but because he's on the G, shouldn't it be the A string? Or is he doing that odd color there? All right, something I need to note. And let's do the CODA here together. The CODA nice and slow. Measure at 62, 3, 4. Beautiful, congrats. You'll notice I'm fumbling. Sometimes I do the F like this, and then I realize or the thumb, and then I realize I have to do the walk. So there's all sorts of ways to solve that riddle. And as you get better, you kind of get comfortable with all of them. But some of them, you know, are smoother transitions if you remember to voice, you know, finger them correctly. Congrats, guys. What a beautiful song, and it is so much fun to practice and get this one up to speed. You're going to love doing it. I'm going to be doing it myself, but yeah, I can already play it pretty quick. Obviously, don't have it all memorized with all the right fills, but it feels really cool to play this one fast. So keep at it. Comment down below. Join the Discord. The community is here to help you out, and we know you can do it. Yes! Oh, hi there. I'm sorry you interrupted me. I was just in the middle of practicing Strum It Like a Cowboy. This is amazing new ebook. Someone should make a promo video for me for my ebook, okay? I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to sell my own product. But guys, I wrote an ebook. It's called Strum It Like a Cowboy. Super proud of this thing. It's 80 pages long, and it has like almost a 90-minute long accompanying video. And in it, I show you all the right hand strum techniques and patterns and just a way to develop your rhythm and style with your right hand. I feel like so many guitarists, especially just through the years of teaching, I realized that before we even get into finger picking, there's something just about strumming that we really want to get our musical rhythm down pat before we start complicating things with all these different fingers, right? If we can't do like down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and have these like involved right hand patterns, it's going to be way more complicated to get the finger picking. So I think all players should have a really firm foundation with that right hand. And all the guitarists I know who are now good just kind of like haphazardly learn this. You know, a lot of trial and error, a lot of wasted time. So I wanted to have like a complete comprehensive right hand technique, strumming technique book that puts it all together. And I feel like I did a good job with it. Go to mikesmusicmethod.com, Strum It Like a Cowboy. We get into all those strum patterns, but then like I was doing, there's also like this pick strum idea with alternating bass, hammer-ons. And it gets you going with all of that stuff. I'm very proud of the book, Strum It Like a Cowboy. If you guys want to check it out, check it out. If you guys want to make me a promo video that's not just like terribly cheesy, that would be cool too. Otherwise, I'll just do these little pitches occasionally, and that's it. Onward with Gypsy Friday.